But it also we are forgetting that we went there during the period of COVID and with a unit of more than 400 people.
Wow.
So God was also on our side, I must say. Touch wood.
God is always on your side. But he showed us a video. So I want to show you a video.
Om Sharma is चिड़चिड़ा, हर चीज में नेगेटिविटी देखता है, हर चीज में वो मतलब परेशान होता है. But I think the comedy comes out of that.
And I'll see the best part is, here, if I can be crude, Om Sharma is a pain in the backside.
Yeah.
You know, they can be nothing but pure love to be friends with Om Sharma.
Also, there was so much to share. When will we get? I don't think we will ever get that kind of atmosphere where we could talk about life, we could talk about light. Mount Everest के ऊपर से जो धूल की तरह वो जो छींटे उड़ते थे उसके बर्फ के, और सिनेमा के बारे में, ये खजाना ऑफ सिनेमा, इनकी यादाश्त कमाल की है. खेलना, वर्ड बिल्डिंग खेलना, झगड़े करना,
कैरेक्टर सब जीतना नहीं, सो कोई बात नहीं.
तो ये सब आई थिंक बहुत सारी चीजें करने को थी.
एक शिकायत है, लेकिन I have a complaint against Mr. Sooraj Barjatya. He spoiled us rotten for other movies now.
Correct.
Can't. When you go to another set, on a hot set with Sooraj ji, you don't feel hot. On a cold set, you don't feel miserable. On other sets, I don't know. I hope I will be able to. I don't know. It's such an atmosphere, cannot be recreated. You spoiled us.
Today we have with us Sooraj Barjatya and veteran actors Boman Irani and Anupam Kher and co-producer Natasha. Hello, I'm Lachmi Debroy. Tell us about your journey, sir.
Actually, this journey of Uunchai started in 2016 when one Gujarati gentleman came to me with a subject called death. And when I heard it, I found this is life. This is how life should be lived. And I immediately bought the rights of that story. And I wanted to hunt for a director to give it justice. I could never in my dream think that one day I would have made this film myself. And in 2020, all of us around, we were struggling with day-to-day lives. And the one who had courage was the hero. And I just thought that this subject I want to make. Because I thought this is life. How much ever I wear good clothes, I go out and I take a good photograph, nothing matters. If I have courage, I am the hero. And this is a story of 65 plus, 3 people. For their friend, they climb to the Everest Space Camp at that age. And characters which are very normal day to day, whom we would not even look 2 times when we cross. From the small lanes of Delhi to agree to go to Agra, Kanpur, Lucknow, Gorakhpur, Nepal, to climb those small plains which I read, and when I travelled, the Lukla is the 3rd most dangerous airport in the world. I am not told, sir. And
Sir, we did a research, sir.
अच्छा, sorry. मैं बोला ही नहीं because मैं तो इनको लेके गया हूँ. तो it is the 3rd most, only with 1,500 meters of. So I said, how did this man, Sunil Gandhi, conceive such a story? And I want to tell the story because we are fighting our own and hunting our own Uunchai at that time. And I could not turn back. I owe it to those times which opened my heart, get me out of that zone and tell a story purely, without bothering about how much first day, 2 days, second day, third day, kitne dancers, kitne. And I just wanted to say the story and to take these characters to the peak there. So that is the Uunchai to me.
What was the high when you did Uunchai, Anupamji?
The high was that I was working with Sooraj after 7 years of gap. High was that it was my 4th film with him as an actor. High was that I was going to get to work with Mr. Bachchan and later on with Boman. And also parallelly, my life, in my personal life, I was thinking on the lines of what the characters of Uunchai are thinking. That I want to break the barriers, I want to reinvent myself. At the age when I turned 67 years back, I decided that I must change the way I look. So I started getting into this gym routine. I started walking, running, etc. The idea was to not get into a cliche pattern of, that fixed mold that people put you into after a certain age. And there came a story of triumph, of human courage, of compassion, of friendship. I believe a lot in friendship. I have some amazing friends and I've had great time. So when both the points meet, it was a great feeling. And he's a master storyteller. Also, I think he was coming up with a completely different film. So I applauded in my mind his courage, that he is also showing courage, and that he is not making a film about the way he was known for. कि ये Sooraj Barjatya film है. He's going to give a complete shocker to people, though the film is same thing about what he represents: goodness, happiness, celebration of triumph of human spirit, and yet the premise is different. So it has been a more than a rewarding experience for me. It's given me such great faith in being optimistic. I'm an eternal optimist, and it reaffirms my faith in optimism.
And the film talks a lot about hope, Bomanji.
Ji.
What kind of hope did you gather, and what is the message that for yourself that you carry after doing this?
I'm an eternal optimist myself. And if at all, say for example, I'm say sniffing right now, I'll never think that I've got some disease or it's an allergy. I'll start with an allergy. Then hold my hand to see if I feel. There's no fever. It's an allergy. So I'm ever the optimist. However, when we talk about friendship, I think I probably am missing out on one very important aspect of the film, and that is not only is it about the bonding and the camaraderie and how we share as friends. I think it's probably one of the greatest tributes
To friendship.
To a friend and friendship itself. That you can spend nights around a campfire and have the best time. But when you lose a friend, which I have, and somehow that's why this film means so much more to me. When I went to the Everest Base Camp and when I went to the Uunchai, I felt, Feroz, I did this for you in many ways. So it's a tribute to the friendship. I'm so glad it happened at the same time. And the very reason why I did not have the energy to do the film, I finally went and I felt that Feroz was there staring at me from the mountaintop. And he would come and tell me the same thing, and the tears would just flow. So I think the tribute to friendship, apart from the camaraderie and apart from the bonding that we have and the sharing that we have and the memories that we have, I think to honor a friend who's been part of your life and your heart.
When you reached the top, did you ever feel that I shouldn't have taken? Maybe it's too difficult for me. Was there ever a feeling? Anyone?
Not at all. We were to go to base camp. We were not going there. Base camp, strangely, is a plain ground in that whole area.
17,000
17,000. It's an achievement to reach there. No, I don't think that, except for my helicopter rides, and now at this stage he's telling me that this was the third most dangerous airport. Abhi just pata chala. Do you think I'm going to Google about flights? I'm not. So I think that was so. Except for that, everything was an excitement, adventure. I remembered my childhood adventures. We used to go to forests in Shimla and look for various colored, covered with moth and things like that, or an old bone of an animal, and it was like a treasure hunt, and treasure hunt cannot be without difficulties. So I looked at it from like an animation film, where the characters are going there and trying to find something, and danger is part of a treasure hunt film.
One memorable incident, if you could say, that happened during the shoot, which you would like to talk about.
One memorable incident.
When we looked at Mount Everest, according to me, tears automatically rolled. I don't know what it was. We finally reached at a place, and somebody said, "Okay, friends, come here. That is Mount Everest." Oh my God! It was like purgation. It was like catharsis.
And we have shots of, if you see Anupam sir, Boman sir के photographs हैं हमारे just standing and staring. You know, it's beautiful evening. If you see the photograph, just standing with a stick, walking stick, and it looks like, you know, they look like saints standing. You can't imagine what it is.
And it's difficult to describe the feeling.
Yeah. It's
very personal.
There have been incidents while we were shooting this film. We would think, let's go back. Let's go back. It's impossible to. So in the night, I think it's gone, and in the morning I get up, I go to tell my DOP, and I see him, cameras outside, 5:30 shooting that, and that mountain is looking different. Is this the same? Because it comes closer to you, as if it's calling you. Every new city is closer to you, and sometimes it's full of snow. Sometimes the light comes in, and on it, sometimes it's not snowing. It is just dark, black like this. Surprise you. Every day is changing and calls you. It's very humbling. It's like Mother Nature. It's absolutely.
Any kind of physical training, or were you aware of the difficulties that you went through
They
before
had
going
briefed us about everything. कौन सी tablet खानी है, कितने बजे खानी है, क्या-क्या करना है. I think the production has been phenomenal. Everybody from the production team has done so much of work, and they did 2-3 what you call recce's. He sent his writer first, what he went through, and then they went themselves. But it also we are forgetting that we went there during the period of COVID, and with a unit of more than 400 people. So God was also on our side, I must say. Touch wood.
God is always on your side. But he showed us a video. Said, I want to show you a video. So I said, ठीक है. So you're seeing the video, and people are losing their sense of bearings.
Yes.
So when they're walking, and then
It's a documentary.
Somebody walks in this direction and he thinks he's in the right direction. Somebody's spot walking and thinks he's moving forward because of the rarefied atmosphere. But that was, in a way, good you showed it. I mean, millions, woman is going, one of the fittest men in the world. You know, so what's going to happen to us? But anyway, I think the thrill that we are making one of the greatest cinematic experiences of our life takes care of all of that. Just move on, keep walking, don't stop.
And how did you convince your family? Any doubts they
हमने
had?
फैमिली से कहाँ से पूछा है इस पे क्या फिल्मों में काम करना है, क्या करना है. अगर एक्सीडेंट ही होना
Were
तो
they a little worried or anything?
no, because they did not know what is going to happen to us.
We did not know what is going to happen to us.
And वो तो देखिए, you are an actor, even if you are sort of running it, you can just fall down and things can happen to you. I come from a family of actors. Kiran is an actor, Sikandar is an actor. My mother used to get worried, but that also हम पहाड़ते थे. But ये concern कभी किसी के मन में नहीं आया. नहीं. अब आपके परिवार में किसी ने सोचा था?
As a director, I can have my worries of taking, how will I do? I have my worries. But I always envy actors, because once I've seen it happen with them, but everyone who are real actors, when they get into characters, अलग ही चीज हो जाती है. जब वो मेकअप उठता है, जब वो कैरेक्टर, जब अनुपम सर will wear the wig, or Boman sir will get into his, he has his own way of getting into character. He says the character talks to me. And then when I go to their vans and I talk, and then we get into their character, all of us, then when they come out, I mean, they have walked hours, they have walked up, down. I think that Om Sharma, the Javed Siddiqui takes so.
Also, there were unit people who were young people, who were people. Our production designers are two young, brilliant ladies. Our editor is a young lady. उनको जब सुबह वो तो हमसे ज़्यादा काम करते थे. To set up the place, to make it look the authentic and things like that. तो ये दिमाग में तो नहीं आता है, बिल्कुल नहीं आता है. हाँ, मुझे मतलब घुड़दौड़ पे जाना है तो मुझे लगता है कि मुझे घोड़ा चलाना नहीं आता, या तैरना जाना है तो आता है. ये तो part of parcel of.
How much do you relate to the character that you play in Uunchai?
Actually, probably, I think Javed Siddiqui, all the characters I may have played, is the closest to who I am. Probably. And sometimes that's apparently, you ask any acting teacher, that's the most difficult thing to do in many ways. You should become very self-aware. But in many ways, Javed is a lot like me. My relationship with Zenobia is probably a lot like the one I have with Shabina. I think Zenobia doesn't bully me as much as Shabina. Shabina is such a beautiful character.
Neena.
Shabina,
Neena, yeah, I understood.
But I think Javed is the closest to me in many ways.
Om Sharma is completely different from me.
Different, yes.
Completely.
What are you saying?
Yeah.
Om Sharma is such a cranky fellow.
I am not at all.
Okay, sorry, I got it wrong.
Om Sharma is very cranky, does not like change. I am constantly looking for change. I'm constantly trying to reinvent.
Evolve.
So Om Sharma is very, very different. He made me think that if it's a character which is completely different, is it easy to do that? I don't think so. Yes, I do agree with him that if it is closer to you, then it is very difficult.
It is.
Then it's very. But Om Sharma is चिड़चिड़ा, हर चीज में नेगेटिविटी देखता है, हर चीज में वो मतलब परेशान होता है. But I think the comedy comes out of that.
And I'll see the best part is here, if I can be crude, Om Sharma is a pain in the backside.
Yeah.
You know, there can be nothing but pure love to be friends with Om Sharma. It cannot be anything else.
मतलब
He's driving everybody
his
mad.
perpetual expression is मतलब he's constantly looking at ये क्या चल गया है परे पर. I'm not like that.
He's not at all like that. He's worse. But I'm sorry, no, I made a mistake.
And the bond that you shared during this, like I heard from one of your people that you used to like walking and used to tell, come along with me.
Yeah. Used to make his life miserable.
So how was that experience?
He enjoyed it, but he used to pretend that he's not like it.
He did make my life miserable. But not just because of the walking. Not of other reasons.
No, I think it was. I think I have an issue. It's a good issue. I think when you are walking, you are closer to yourself. I don't know how to describe that. You're walking, you're closer to yourself. They say,
Your heart,
they say that keep your feet on the ground. Maybe that comes from there only. You're grounded. You're much more closer to life. And I don't like to walk alone, so I needed somebody to walk. And also there was so much to share. When will we get? I don't think we will ever get that kind of atmosphere where we could talk about life, we could talk about light. Mount Everest के ऊपर से जो धूल की तरह वो जो छींटे उड़ते थे उसके बर्फ के, और सिनेमा के बारे में. इसे खजाना ऑफ सिनेमा, इनकी याददाश्त कमाल की है. खेलना, वर्ड बिल्डिंग खेलना, झगड़े करना,
कैरेक्टर सब जीतना नहीं, सो कोई बात नहीं.
तो ये सब आई थिंक बहुत सारी चीजें करने को.
I'll tell you, कमाल है. Actually, we used to walk approximately sometimes 10-15 kilometers, 10-15 kilometers a day, but not on flat road. So the watch used to tell us that we've done 60, 70, 80
Steps.
stories. No, not steps. Stories. 60 floors, but depending on the incline or whatever. And then we used to come home, we sit outside of the hotel on the parapet of the hotel, and then we go for another walk.
Yeah.
How is that? After doing all that walking, we go for another walk. Because I think, maybe while walking to the location, we are going as characters.
And it was unwinding when we were walking.
And you come and you say, let's go for a walk.
Also, we were not forgetting that we have, somehow it affects me, even though I don't think that I'm a method actor kind of a thing. But हम जा रहे हैं दोस्त की अस्थियां विचार करने. पर्पस तो वही है. जा रहे हैं दोस्त को भूलने, तो वो मन में चलता रहता था. तो शाम की वॉक जो होती थी वो एक रिलीफ की वॉक होती थी.
Natasha, what was your journey like with Uunchai?
So it's been a huge privilege getting to be a part of this film, to work with such an amazing director, such an amazing cast. But I think, while it's been a lot of fun, it's been a lot of learning for me, just to see how, in a way, learning never ends. Of course, this sort of cast is at the top of their game. They've already achieved their Uunchai, right? Sooraj ji, he knows exactly what he's doing every minute. But it's been really amazing for me to see how much they push themselves to get better. And not just push themselves, but push each other to get better. So I think that's been really, really great, that to see that it doesn't matter who you are, how famous you are, how successful you are. There's always another mountain to climb. There's always another Uunchai. So I think that sort of inspiring journey that I've been on through the film has been amazing. And I also want to say that what I've really enjoyed is a sort of love and fun and respect, that I've seen on these sets, because I mean, you know how the industry is, right? It's freelance, it's project basis, people sort of come and go. But Sooraj ji has created such an amazing energy on set that everyone, it doesn't matter what level you are, feels like they are part of this film, they own this film, they're proud of this film, they'll talk about this film 20 years later, right? And I think that is leadership. So I hope that, through the films that I produce, we'll be able to create memories like this, and of course stories like this.
And getting all of them together, Sooraj, how difficult was it? Getting all the beautiful artists together, talented one.
No, if you ask me, ma'am, it wasn't difficult. It wasn't
Because my
difficult.
name is Sooraj Barjatya.
No, it's the subject. I do not know what happened, but it was peak COVID. I did not even sometimes know that what dates, whether I take, whether those dates I will shoot or not shoot. We delayed, we cancelled dates, we put down sets, we put them up again. And how the teams of Boman ji, Anupam ji, Neena ji, how they managed it for me. But I think the subject spoke, and I knew I'm approaching actors who can see through. Just because I am Sooraj, I have got 6, it doesn't mean I have a good structure. But I knew I have these characters and who need to be spoken, who are telling me that put us there. I think though that's the vibration, and I got what I wanted, and credit goes to all who have
Also,
agreed.
I think we as people identified with the characters very much. And we wanted to do the film because it was kind of अपनी एक अग्नि परीक्षा थी ना, कि हम जो जिंदगी में कर रहे हैं, अगर ये फिल्म में हम कर लें, तो इसका मतलब जो जिंदगी में कर रहे हैं वो सही होगा.
And one more thing, ma'am, I am so happy that I'm here, that a lot of people, when we started this film, the first question would be that how youthful will you make them? So I'm very happy. I said because I was going through a phase where I don't want to appeal, and I don't want to make a film to appeal to someone except to myself and to do justice to that Everest, mountain. So it was like cleansing for me. So I said I don't want to appeal to anyone. I want to appeal to that Javed Siddiqui, Om Sharma, that Ramesh Tripathi. I want them. What would they do? So I just made a film which is how it should be, out of characters. First time I've done. Otherwise, always my films have been moment based. I create a beautiful. I choose a function and I create an atmosphere. So that's what.
And there is no bravado among the characters. There is no bravado कि आज हम देखते हो दिखाते हैं. वो डरे हुए हैं, खांसते हुए जा रहे हैं. टांग रात को सीन है, वो बर्फ में पार जा रहे हैं. एक वो कंबल पहन के वो सीन कट गया, वो स्वेटर बुन रहा है, something like that. They are as ordinary as they can be.
एक शिकायत है, लेकिन I have a complaint against Mr. Sooraj Barjatya. He spoiled us rotten for other movies now.
Correct.
Can't. When you go to another set, on a hot set with Sooraj ji, you don't feel hot. On a cold set, you don't feel miserable. On other sets, I don't know. I hope I will be able to. I don't know. It's such an atmosphere, cannot be recreated. You spoiled us.
Are you enjoying the second innings of your life in real life and real life?
Brilliant. I think I have just reached the interval point of my life. And I know who I am now. When you start your life, you are trying to impress people, you're trying to impress others, like Sooraj said very correctly. You're trying to do things for so many things you're trying to make. But now I just, as an actor, want to make my job difficult so that I can again challenge my capabilities. I like to make my job difficult. I like to make things. A lot of people say, "अरे तू इतनी सारी चीजें कैसे कर लेता है?" मैं इतनी सारी चीजें इसलिए कर सकता हूँ क्योंकि अब मुझे पता लगा मैं कौन हूँ, और जिंदगी छोटी है और करने को बहुत कुछ है, तो मजा आता है. और फिर उन लोगों के साथ काम करने का मजा और भी आता है जिनके साथ आपकी आत्मिक कनेक्शन होता है. So that I think is a fantastic feeling.
With this, जिंदगी छोटी है लेकिन करने को बहुत कुछ है. We end this conversation. It was great talking to all of you.
Same here, Lakshmi.
Thank you so much,
very much.
Lachmi. Thank you.